Hi, Здравствуйте to all youth and kids backgammon players in Russian Backgammon Federation. First of all, it's my honor to leave a message to young and talented players. Let me start with my own story about backgammon, how I started. So I started backgammon when I was 19. I was in between university and high school. In Japan, it's very normal to try entrance exam of university, and I failed. I failed entrance exam to the good university, and then it's very common if you fail, you study one more year and try again the next year. So I was in that year, and but I didn't want to study. So I was looking for something else, and I found backgammon. So instead of studying math and physics and English and stuff, I was playing backgammon. I really like it, and since then I never look back. I just play backgammon. Well, miraculously, next year I actually entered good university for some reason. I pass the test and I get into, but I never really go to the university, which is a shame actually. But when I was 19, I just wanted to play backgammon. I didn't really care about the university. And as a matter of fact, in university, I took a Russian language as a second language. But I never did it. So my Russian is very limited. I only know like Здравствуйте or da, spasiba, and stuff like that. But I still like Dostoevsky, I like Russian literature. So I feel like special bond to Russia. Anyway, so let's move on. My journey was so long. I've been playing like 20 years, and I don't know what is my key to successful backgammon player, but I think the main reason is that I was always passionate about the game, and I was always curious the truth of the game. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so passionate and never be bored of the game. Backgammon is like just interesting game to me all the time. Like every day I have a different game. There's no same game. And you can find a backgammon teacher or backgammon coach that can teach you how to play, but they cannot teach you how to be passionate, how to be curious of the game. You have to fire from your heart that your curiosity to the game. Okay, that's number one. And number two is you have to be very ambitious. You have to aim high. So when I was like 22 years old, I was already good. I was national champion of Japan. Then one day I went to mentor, and I told him that I wanna, quit university, and I wanted to professional backgammon player. I wanted to be, my goal is become the best backgammon player. I want to be a world champion. I was like excited. I wanted to tell my mentor, my dream. But my mentor immediately turned down that if your goal is becoming a world champion, you shouldn't even aim for it. It's too small. He said that you have to aim higher. He told me that my main motivation should be finding the truth of backgammon. That's why you are playing backgammon. And I was like shocked. Yes, he's so right. Because I play backgammon not because I want to be number one in the human. I just want to, find the truth. It's the constant curiosity, brings me to the game. So I was very wrong that when I thought I want to be a number one, I want to be a number one, of course. It's like a human nature. But at the same time, my real goal is becoming better player than yesterday. Anyway, so I want you guys to be ambitious. You wanna set a high goal, not champion of your local club, not champion of Russia, not champion of a world. You know, you wanna be like, okay, it's up to you actually. It's not my life, it's your life, but I want you be like set a high goal rather than setting like achievable goal. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Okay, the other thing I'm gonna tell you is, yeah, I can give like small advice to the beginners. If you're a beginner, just started like a few months ago, I would recommend you to read one book, and that book should be like general guidance. It includes like all aspects of the game, you know, like beginning of the game, middle of the game, ending of the game, how to use the cube, when to use the cube, and everything is included in one book. You know, I could come up some books like Basic to Badass, written by Mark Olsen, or like 501 Problems, written by Bill Roberti. Those are like really good books. But I recommend you to read one book, and the book, you know, read maybe twice so that you can digest. And after that, you play, and you play with a feedback, meaning that you play backgammon, but you will get feedback from stronger players or computer analysis. You know, this way you can find your mistake and you can improve your game. If you play without feedback, then it's very difficult for you to improve, find your mistake and improve. So try to get, you know, tutor or a strong players that can teach you, hey, this was a mistake, you should have done that, this, that, or you can simply download Extreme Gammon or GNU Backgammon and fix your mistake. The downside with those bots, yeah, they don't teach you the reason, you know, they just show you the best play, but still it's, you know, so you have to figure out yourself, but it's still very variable. And the last advice to the beginners is do not think of the luck factor, okay? I know many people who only talks about the luck, you know, he wrote this, I wrote that, you know, how lucky he is, how unlucky I am. This doesn't help your game, okay? Naturally, one game of backgammon can be decided by luck, of course. But in the long run, the luck will be even out and strong players will prevail. And so don't think about much of luck, and you should think about the mistake you made and what you should have done, what you should do to improve your game. That you have to focus on. Okay, what else can I tell? I know you guys are gonna play backgammon competition in Russia, and what I wanna tell you is that please respect your opponent, because it's more fun, and it's actually improve your game if you respect your opponent and try to learn from him during the game or during the competition. Here's another piece of advice given by my mentor to me is this. So if you could learn from weaker opponents, that's much better than learning from stronger opponent. You know why? Because as you became strong, you know, your opponent will be like, okay, when you're just started, all of them are stronger players, so you can learn from everyone, right? But if you only learn from stronger players, as you became stronger and stronger, then the percentage of the stronger players will be less and less because you're climbing up high and high. So 98% of the match you played was against weaker players. So if you think this is a wasted game, or if you think this is a valuable lesson, it's a huge difference. Okay, so try to learn from weaker players, because they might know, even though they are weaker, they might know something you don't know, or they might know some ideas that you never came up with. Even if it's a wrong idea, this can inspire you. So all the every game is learning opportunity for you, if you think like that. If you think, on the other hand, if you think that if you don't learn anything from weaker players, you are wasting many matches in your life. All right, so that's a piece of advice in the competition. Try to be respectful to any players and learn from them. Learn from any players. I am really excited to see you in the future tournament. And I play a tournament in Sochi twice, and I play tournament in Kazan, and I visited Moscow. I had so many good memories with Russian backgammon and the Russian people. And unfortunately, current situation doesn't allow me to trip to Russia, or it's very difficult for me to go there. But I really hope that one day, we travel each other and meet each other and play backgammon peacefully. Thank you very much. Спасибо.